Hello and welcome back to our class of economics. We have already completed two chapters and now we are on the third chapter, that is features and problems and policies of agriculture. Now we are going to cover its first topic, that is importance of agriculture in the Indian economy. So first point is contribution to GDP. Agriculture makes significant contribution to GDP in India. Contribution ranging between 51% to 17.4% for the different years, means from 1950 to 2018 and 19 till now. Okay, then decline in percentage does not mean decrease in importance. Means here, see, you can see that 51% has come to 17.4%. That doesn't mean the importance of agriculture or the contribution of GDP, contribution of agriculture to GDP has come down. It means that the other sectors, that is secondary sector and tertiary sector, have been developed or grown up very fast. That is why this contribution is squeezed in a number. Okay, then we talk about the supply of various goods. Now agriculture provide the necessities of goods. Okay, means whatever goods are required for your living or for our living, that is provided by the agriculture. We can see that the wheat and rice, pulse maize, and many more products are there which are being provided by the agriculture. Then agriculture provides goods to 121 crore people. Means now this whatever agriculture production has been done in our country or what we are producing, that feeds to almost all people of the country. Means that the food is being generated for all the people in the country. Then source of employment. See here, now from the beginning also we are studying that agriculture is one of the very sourceful, or you can say very important sector where employment has been generated. Now the 50% of the working population are people engaged in agriculture only. The fourth point, supply of raw materials. See, as agriculture being the primary sector, means agriculture production comes under the primary sector. Agriculture supplies raw material to industries like cotton for textile industry, seeds for oil, means oil industries, and sugar for sugar mills. So these we can see that the whatever production has been done by the done under the agriculture, that has been used as a raw material for industries and for their development also. Then sources of demand for industrial goods. Now agriculture is the important source of demand for industrial goods, particularly we can say that the capital goods. Okay, so like how you can say the capital goods, because see all the tractors, machines, harvesters, combines, and that all are capital goods. Okay, so these are demanded by the agriculture sector, means they are used in the process of agriculture. Means if you want to sow up the crop and you want to harvest the crop, so these all things are being used in the agriculture. Now agriculture prosperity leads to industrial prosperity. Means if agriculture is prosperous, then the industrial prosperous is also there. Now this is sixth point, contribution to international trade. Agriculture makes important contribution to India's international trade. Means alone 11.76% that is contributed by the agriculture. Now we can see that what are the products are being exported by the India: tea, jute, cashew nuts, tobacco, coffee, and spices. So these are the products which are exported by the India, and that contributes about means India's export, that is 11.76%. Now we talk about the exports are source of foreign exchange. Now whatever export has been done by means whatever India does the export, that helps to earn foreign currency, and that foreign currency is used to purchase defense goods as well as crude oil or many other purposes also. That has not been given, but you can understand it. Then we talk about the seventh point, that is contribution to domestic trade. Now agriculture plays important roles in domestic trade. Now this we can see how. Huge expenditure is incurred on the purchase of farm products. Means different farm products are required during the agriculture process. So that make a huge investment in that area. So the huge expenditure is incurred on the purchase of farm products. So you can understand if the many things are required under the farming and means agriculture process. So you will need to purchase it, and that you will purchase in the domestic area only, and that helps in contribution in domestic trade also. Then we talk about the 8th point, support to transport industry. Now you can understand by this that provide crucial support to transport industries. How? Then the answer is, see, the whatever goods are being produced or whatever goods are produced under the agriculture means agriculture process, means whatever wheat, rice, crops and different types of crops or different other products are being also produced in agriculture. So these things or these crops need to travel from one place to another. If you are taking them for sale also, then you need to take from field to shops. Okay, so if you are, how you are going to take it, you need some transport facility that needs to be there, and which you can take the help from it, and you can take the crop from the field and you can bring it to the shop. So these things are there. Then both, and not only the roadways are also is there, railways are also there. Okay, so this help to both railways and roadways also. 9th point, that is wealth of the nation. Country's wealth belongs to agriculture sector only. Now we can understand that means whatever wealth of the country is there, that one major component is kept for agriculture. Now land occupies the highest rank. Now you can understand how much land is important in our country for the agricultural purpose also and other purpose also. So you can also understand that capital worth crores of rupees stays invested in major and minor irrigation projects. Now these things are very important in agriculture, irrigation. So government keep on investing in these areas so that the agriculture could be developed a lot. Then you can also understand that the agriculture in India have a very central significance. Now here you can understand with this that if the agriculture is prosperous, then the other industries also related to it, or other industries like industrial goods also related to be in prosperous state. Means if agriculture is good, then other industries are also good in our country. So here means if anyhow agriculture is affected in our country, so we can say that there will be low GDP, and that will affect the country a lot. So we will meet up with the next topic, that is features of Indian agriculture. Till then, bye. Thank you.